Welcome to Tzu Chi This Week. I'm Anita Lee. It's good to have you with us. Coming up, the Tzu Chi Brazil Liaison office gives back to its volunteers by hosting a free clinic for volunteers and their family members as part of its 23rd anniversary celebration. In Malaysia, parents of Ai Educare students try their hand at recycling and learn about ways to safeguard planet Earth. Tzu Chi volunteers in Taiwan hold stem cell donor registration drives to encourage members of the public to give leukemia patients a chance of survival. To celebrate its 23rd anniversary, the Tzu Chi Liaison office in Brazil hosted a free clinic and health seminar for its volunteers, their family members, and the local Chinese population. The clinic, which included 11 different departments, saw over 300 consultations, and those who used the service generously reciprocated by donating to Tzu Chi's coin banks. Wu Pei-Jen brought her younger son, who has suffered tinnitus since young, to Tzu Chi's free clinic in Sao Paulo, even though that meant driving for 6 hours.
I heard about Tzu Chi's free clinic many years ago. A friend told me that he knows an authority on ENT who joins Tzu Chi's clinic every week. This is why I have brought my son here.
The Tzu Chi Brazil Liaison office is celebrating its 23rd anniversary by holding a free clinic for the local Chinese population, local volunteers, and their family members. Services include dentistry, ophthalmology, cardiology, pediatrics, and 7 more departments. However, just before the clinic began, the wife of the ophthalmologist fell ill, while the gynecologist experienced severe back pain, so volunteers had to quickly look for replacements.
His back right here began to ache. We don't know what happened. He couldn't even turn around.
The clinic saw over 300 consultations, and those who came also generously donated to Tzu Chi's coin banks. Meanwhile, in Rio de Janeiro, residents of a home for the mentally disabled are glad that Tzu Chi volunteers are here visiting again. Volunteers brought comforters, bed sheets, and other daily necessities so that residents can enjoy a warm winter in the months ahead. To commemorate Father's Day that is typically celebrated on the 3rd Sunday of June, Tzu Chi volunteers in Batam, Indonesia held a character building class, during which students expressed their love and gratitude for their fathers.
Serving snacks and offering tea, these children's tenderness have moved their fathers.
I was very touched when my child knelt down. When I saw my eldest child cry, I was also deeply moved.
Tzu Chi volunteers in Batam held Little Sunshine character building class on Father's Day at Harbour Bay Mall, in which children get to express their gratitude to their fathers.
It's Father's Day and many parents came, so it's also a family day. We hope to inspire the children with the activities.
Everyone is learning to work together. I hope they will practice what they learned in daily life.
About 200 parents and their children are brought closer through various activities. Tzu Chi volunteers hope that the children will learn to honor their parents every day.
In Malaysia, Tzu Chi volunteers from Johor Bahru and Sungai Petani held scholarship award ceremonies for deserving students from impoverished families as part of their Happy Campus program.
In Malaysia, the Happy Campus program aims to support students from disadvantaged families on their educational path. In a Tamil elementary school in Kulai, Tzu Chi volunteers from Johor Bahru not only give out scholarships, but also taught students how to make Tzu Chi's instant rice.
He can make Tzu Chi's instant rice now. Next time, he can feed himself if I'm sick. He's also eager to get into the kitchen to help.
Through serving their parents tea, the students of this Tamil school learned about respect and gratitude towards their elders.
When the Chinese, we can experience how they do the tea serving. And then it's, as we are the one Malaysian, it's nice, it's good for them to know how they serve the tea and how that parents accept it.
Meanwhile, in Sungai Petani, another scholarship ceremony was held.
Now, when my child needs something for school, for example, books, notebooks, or stationery, we can buy it for him with the scholarship money.
助学金哈，你开心吗？开心。你想要拿助学金来怎样的用法呢？拿来买一些参考书。
During the scholarship ceremony, the volunteers also did not forget to ask the children to serve their parents' tea, as educating children on how to respect and honor their parents is the most important message the volunteers want the children to take away.
Also in Malaysia, Pandan Indah Dai kindergartners recently learned a precious lesson on love and humbleness outside of the classroom. They helped clean up a solitary grandmother's home, bringing her much-needed love and care.
记得啊，扫地是金萱跟瑞慈，洗厕所是子凡。等下是谁扫地啊？我。瑞慈跟金萱哦，快快先做好自己的本分事，然后我们就可以跟婆婆谈下天，好不好
？11 children from Tzu Chi Pandan Indah Dai Kindergarten brought cleaning tools today to help 72-year-old Lin Xiu clean up her home.
林秀啦，婆婆。
I'm glad to see the teacher here with so many children. They can sweep the floor and do other chores. I give them at least 80 on a scale of 100.
The 6-year-olds did not hesitate to climb up or crouch down to clean all corners and crevices.
就有家长反映讲说。
Some parents said the kids do not know how to interact with seniors, so we seized this opportunity to let them interact with the elderly.
亲子教学，除外去学会如何跟老一辈这样子来互动哦。
The children massaged and chatted with Grandma Ling Xiu, while parents were proud to see their children putting love into action.
I like my child to participate in this kind of activity because she can learn to cherish her blessings and be grateful.
She is actually afraid of dirt, but I saw her scrub the toilet and wall today.
While the children do their part, they have learned to reach out to the needy, a precious lesson that will last a lifetime.
Tzu Chi volunteers in Malaysia have been working with schools across the country to spread environmental awareness and ways to go green. While children are taught to recycle at a young age, it is also important for parents to get involved and into the habit of recycling at home. Hence, volunteers invited parents of Ai Educare Centre students to spend a day at the recycling station at the Kuala Lumpur Jingzi Hall to get some hands-on experience. Today, parents of Ai Educare Centre students are gathered at the Kuala Lumpur Jingzi Hall to try their hand at recycling.
We never understood the complexities of recycling. We always just brought our recyclables to the volunteers. Today, we get to see how it's done.
We recycle at home all the time, and we also bring our recyclables to the recycling station. But we never tried our hand at sorting recyclables before.
It's a great experience. I am really happy to be here.
I learned a lot today. I've been waiting for an event like this to come up for a long time now. I know Tzu Chi always organizes activities like these.
After a tour through the recycling station, parents learned a great deal about the recycling process and the different types of materials that can be recycled.
I never knew that there were so many different kinds of paper or that they had to be sorted differently. The most surprising fact I learned was that red envelopes cannot be recycled. So we really have to limit our use of red envelopes during Chinese New Year or reuse them.
While children learn about ways to make our Earth a better place, Tzu Chi volunteers educate parents on ways they can go green at home.
Parents need to get involved and apply these concepts at home. If parents don't understand how recycling works while their children have been learning about it at school, they won't be able to implement it together at home.
This experience left quite an impression on me. We're grown-ups, but our children still have a long way to go. When I go out to buy vegetables, I can really sense that there is a scarcity of food.
This eye-opening experience has strengthened parents' resolve to safeguard the planet and leave their children and grandchildren with a cleaner planet and a better future. A group of Tzu Chi volunteers have arrived at Ladang Kubang Tamil School to spread environmental knowledge and green practices.
We can recycle paper, plastic and aluminium. We have to recycle after we do the recycling things.
So that's why HM thought we want to educate them how to teach them how to recycle the things. So the only way is Tzu Chi Foundation.
Our national education must be emphasized regarding the recycling. It can help to help the children how to take care of the environment.
Another school putting green practices into action is Jalan Kelidi Tamil School.
I start with plastic. Then I start with, after I drink something, I recycle them.
Bukan saja di sekolah.
We shouldn't only implement these practices at school. We should get into the habit of recycling at home as well. It just takes one to start, and others will follow.
Implementing green practices ensures that our planet stands a chance at survival. As Tzu Chi volunteers continue to raise awareness across the country, Malaysia is also seeing prospects of a cleaner, greener future. Mindanao is the southernmost major island of the Philippines, and due to its high crime rate and slowing economy, many Muslims there have fled to Manila in pursuit of a better life. However, without job opportunities, many have fallen into poverty and despair. To help, Tzu Chi volunteers visited a Muslim community to distribute some 1,000 bags of rice.
In the Philippines, a group of people have moved from the countryside to the capital city of Manila in search of opportunities.
I settled here in Manila because it is much better than Mindanao. It was hard to live in Mindanao and start a business without any savings. I moved here to start a new life because it is the only place where I can do business in safety and free from worries.
To flee from war and poverty in the southern Philippines, more than 100,000 Muslims like Dali have traveled from Mindanao to Manila in pursuit of a brighter future. However, many fell into poverty before making a name for themselves. After learning of their situation, Tzu Chi volunteers decided to reach out with a helping hand. Today, the volunteers are here at a Muslim community to hand out 1,089 bags of rice.
I want to thank the Tzu Chi Foundation because now we can save money. Your assistance is truly a great help for us.
The Tzu Chi volunteers make it a point to come here personally. Everyone here welcomes the volunteers because they are here to deliver happiness.
Through their rice distribution, the Tzu Chi volunteers not only fill residents' hungry stomachs, but also help them realize that love has the power to cross all boundaries.
Besides helping their care recipients through relief programs, Tzu Chi volunteers in Manila have also been advocating the benefits of recycling and how it can help the less fortunate. At Tzu Chi's most recent rice distribution, residents of Santa Cruz brought the recyclables which they had collected on behalf of the organization. Residents arrive with bags big and small to the distribution venue. In them are recyclables which they collected on behalf of Tzu Chi. Love is blooming here in Santa Cruz as Tzu Chi care recipients have learned to put others before themselves.
I asked the residents of our barangay to bring their recyclables. I told them the money collected from the sale of these recyclables may help needy people.
Susan and Marissa are the main coordinators of the recycling efforts in their community. This is where everyone gathers to sort recyclables.
All these unwanted items can be recycled. When we sell these items, we can help the less fortunate.
Although not wealthy, these care recipients still do what they can to help the less fortunate. Diana Reyes works hard to provide for her 2 children and put them through school. Her eldest son is finally graduating from college.
I don't want my son to miss out on the opportunity to receive a formal education. Although I never obtained a college degree, I don't want to deprive him of the opportunity.
Although this 20-kilogram bag of rice can only do so much to relieve the residents' hardships, the genuine love which accompanies it will provide nourishment for the residents' hearts and souls for a long time to come. For many blood cancer patients, stem cell transplants are their only chance of survival. Yet, the chance of finding an exact match is rare. Hence, Tzu Chi volunteers in both Kaohsiung and Keelung held a registry drive to call on the public to help leukemia patients find a second chance at life.
In Taiwan, Tzu Chi volunteers from Keelung held a peripheral blood stem cell registry drive to invite more residents to help save a life. It took a nurse 3 tries to successfully draw Zhang Qiyun's blood.
I have thin veins, so the nurse couldn't draw any blood for the first couple of tries, but I was pretty happy that they finally got enough blood to register my file.
To successfully register as a donor, all it takes is 10 cc of blood. Lian Zhouwei invited over 10 people from his company to participate in this event.
When the 10cc was being drawn, I really hoped I would be fortunate enough to match with someone who needs my help.
Thanks to those who have donated their peripheral blood stem cells, patients like Lin Chenjian, who had a successful transplant 5 years ago, can be here today to inspire more people to help.
Hearing a successful stem cell transplant story and seeing how much better the patient is doing really made an impact. By registering to be a donor, I really have the potential to help.
Others will have a chance to live because of your actions. All we're doing is separating the peripheral blood stem cells in the bloodstream. It's not harmful to our health at all.
During the event, 174 people came to register to help save a life, and 56 people registered as organ donors. It's the spirit of helping others in need that has lit up hope in this world. Meanwhile, in Kaohsiung, the rain did not douse the passion of local residents. Tzu Chi volunteers also held a registry drive in Daliao district. Among the volunteers helping is Mr. Shi and his 2 children. As an adult, Mr. Shi's son was able to register as a potential donor.
When I was signing the paperwork, I didn't feel anything different. But when the needles came out and I was put into the database, it really dawned on me that I could potentially do something good for society.
Another volunteer who was helping out at the event was Yuan Ti Huang Nu, who is originally from Vietnam.
He said he couldn't bear the pain. I told him, if you can get through the pain, then what you leave behind is hope for an entire family.
Yuan Ti Huang Nu used to believe that donating stem cells was bad for one's health. However, after getting the correct information, she was able to rid herself of this misunderstanding and even share the correct information with others who spoke Vietnamese. Volunteers hope to inspire more people to register in order to provide a line of hope for those desperately in need.
Tzu Chi volunteer Wahyu Sri of Indonesia was a devoted disciple of Master Zheng Yan. After her husband passed away, Wahyu Sri became even more determined to help spread Tzu Chi's missions. However, on July 21st, she passed away from a heart attack. Although she didn't have any children, her final journey was not lonely, as many of her friends and Tzu Chi volunteers came to bid her a final farewell.
Wearing her volunteer uniform to a Tzu Chi event, Wahyu Sri was a very spirited and devoted Tzu Chi volunteer.
Maybe God has His plans for me already. I don't know how much more time I have on earth to help.
On July 21st, Wahyu Sri passed away from a heart attack. She was 45. Even her last words to her friend were about Tzu Chi.
Her last phone call to me was inviting me to join her to do Tzu Chi, just like we did before.
Ayo temenin saya kayak dulu lagi katanya. Belum, Oma, ini makanannya ya Maya.
Wayushri used to live along the Anke River, but after the Tsinkaran Da'ai village was built, she relocated to the village. With the move, she also began a new chapter in her life.
I want to be the best person I can and learn from Master Cheng Yin's teachings. I want to open my heart and repent for my wrongdoings. I want to learn about gratitude in life and be a sincere person.
In the 11 years since she started with Tzu Chi, Wayushri never missed any activity and was always the best line of communication between the volunteers and villagers.
She was really an upstanding volunteer. We are very sad to have lost her. We relied on her a lot. She was the person we went to when we needed to speak to the villagers at the Da'ai village.
Though Wayushri had no children, she was not alone on this final journey. Fellow villagers and Tzu Chi volunteers all came to say their farewells and send their blessings as they prayed for her to return to follow in Master Cheng Yin's footsteps once more.
In Tokyo, Japan, the local Tzu Chi chapter is helping spread the Dharma through holding a floral arrangement class. Participants walked away with valuable insights on life at the end of the class.
The Tzu Chi Japan chapter is holding a floral arrangement class to help spread the Dharma. Participants must first calm themselves before they begin trimming their plants. Though afraid to make mistakes, some have learned the meaning of letting go in the process.
You have to trim away unnecessary branches. When you gain some, you lose some, and vice versa. Though I remove a lot of stuff as I composed my arrangement, the end product makes me feel very refreshed inside.
One can cultivate good habits through floral arrangement. The class uses camellia, as the flower is in season, and its elegance matches the classroom. Students who did not like the flower at first have learned to become positive.
I have turned this purple camellia towards me as I have come to realize that sometimes things that we don't like may not necessarily be bad. I want to face this flower and try to raise above my own bias.
By changing their perspective, the students learn that everything is beautiful when they see and interact with the world with a compassionate heart. Through the class, they also learn to respect all life.
Members of Tzu Chi's disaster relief and medical team in Nepal recently organized a small gathering at a carpet factory at the Maswari tent community, where they shared stories of Tzu Chi's humble beginnings with participants. Although still trying to get their lives back on track, participants have realized that no acts of kindness, no matter how big or small, is ever wasted. We leave you with these images. Thank you for watching Tzu Chi This Week. Goodbye.